Hi guys, this is Gaurav here with Modern Farmer, episode 16 of our podcast. With Amir, our co-host, my co-host, our co-host. We have our Pinot Grigio here, white wine. It's bodacious. We drank the red wine the previous episode. So we're testing the difference between a can and a bottle, and then we're just going to talk a bunch of shit. So, let's go.
Yeah, welcome everybody. So I'm just your co-host, like my brother said, Amir man, and we're gonna open up this bodacious Pinot Grigio. We're doing the can first, right?
We're doing the can first. Last time we did the bottle.
Yeah.
First.
So yes, on episode number 15, what we did is we opened up the Smooth Red by Bodacious. Is the phone ringing? It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. So we drank the Smooth Red by Bodacious, and that one I rated it at a 5.5 out of 10. It feels like it was really easy drinking, but it didn't have that full-bodied buttery taste that I like from a red wine. And because of that, I didn't really like it too much. I guess it could be a wine that you could drink at any random party with anybody, because it's like just an easy red wine to drink. It doesn't have many characteristics. That's from my perspective.
It'll go down easy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. You get drunk, drink lots.
That was a Smooth Red, right?
Smooth Red.
Okay, we started off
Grigio.
before we opened that thing up, the Smooth Red, by comparing the pricing on it. So this Pinot Grigio, what's the pricing on both of these?
That's same. It's like $12 to $15. This is another $20.
So the can,
same price.
The can itself, sorry, the package of 4 cans, which comes out to 1 liter,
Yes.
is close to $20.
Yes.
Right, and then the 750 milliliters, which is 3/4 of a liter, which is the regular wine bottle size, is $12.50. $15, correct?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
So there definitely is a markup on that can that may have to do with packaging or the bottling process or the convenience or whatever they're trying to get across. That's what we kind of discussed last time. And this is coming at the same price point, exact same packaging style, however obviously different colors. The Pinot Grigio is the white, so I'll put it to the camera as you can see it, where that Smooth Red was red.
Yes. The can is all about convenience.
Yes, 100%.
That's all it is.
All right, let's crack this thing open.
Convenience. There we go.
And should we go for a smell test? Because we did that before.
First thing I want to say is that the can feels colder than the bottle.
But it was in the exact same
It was in the
area.
exact same place.
Okay, that's true.
On the packaging it says it chills quick.
Shit, I
So-
just poured some on my face. I don't like red wine. I'm going to get that across to everybody right now.
You don't like white wine or red wine?
Sorry, white wine.
It does smell like honey.
Jeez, I don't like red wine, but I like white wine, but I like this.
It's not bad.
This is freaking good.
This is not bad. I would drink this whole thing. I'm much more impressed than the red and the can. I'm much more impressed.
Holy. You feel that honey in the end? That kind of lingers? Oh, it's still there.
Citrus and honey, that's what it says on there. That's
Jeez,
what it
that's
tastes
so... it said that I didn't even read it.
It tastes like citrus and honey.
This is damn good for being freaking $12.50 for a wine bottle.
This is like $5 a can. I would drink a few of these. It's 2 servings in the can. One person's gonna drink this.
This is getting a 6.5 from me. 6.75. It's not unbelievable, but it's way better than that freaking Smooth Red.
It's below 7, but it's not above 7.
No.
And you can't pick 7.
You can't pick 7. That's our rating scale, guys. So it's 1 to 10, you can't pick 7.
It's definitely below 7, but it's not bad.
And this is coming from someone that doesn't drink wine that often, but recently has been drinking way more wine. Did a massive tasting at Robert Mondavi and learned how to taste wine. Mondavi. Learned how to taste wine from their perspective. Not saying that tasting wine or a certain way is the right way. It's pretty much just how you like it and how you enjoy it. So anyways, I liked it. Cool. Okay. Should we open up the bottle or what?
Yeah.
Let's open up the bottle, see what's
I
going on.
kind of
there.
want to put it in the glass and see if it tastes different.
That was a bad idea.
You pour it. I want to see if there's any color difference or anything.
Okay, so I poured myself
No, same thing, pretty much.
a little bit of
There's
it.
less in here.
But
than this.
pouring it like that, provided air mixing into it, helps it decant, right? Get some of that air
It
right
helps
in
the
there.
aromas
Exactly.
blast
And so
Out of the glass.
I'm really agitating it on the inside the wine glass as well. Going for a big sniff. I smell roses. I do smell a little bit of honey, but it's mostly I just smell grapes.
It's definitely less intense in the glass than it is in the can. The flavors for me.
Holy shit! It's even better out of the glass. It's even better out of the glass. Way better. It opened up the entire wine. That punch that you got from biting it out of the tasting it out of the can is gone. Completely gone. It comes in very subtle, starts off, has that citrus right in the beginning.
It's the same thing as the red. You drink it fast, get drunk, but this tastes better.
No, but it has this good curve in regards to the taste. You put it in your tongue, you feel that citrus right in the beginning. It smooths out, and the sugar from the honey really hits in. And that's where the honey sticks with you the whole time. Right? Am I right or am I right?
This tastes different. It tastes different than this.
Holy shit. This is damn good.
I don't feel like I like this better. I like the can better.
I gotta put this.
I honestly like the can better because this one, I feel like for me it bites on the finish.
What are we doing here?
I taste the bite on the back of my tongue.
You've had a full day since we've done our podcast since yesterday. Usually we have a week behind us.
Yes.
You've obviously accomplished some things in the day that you've had.
Yes.
What are some of the struggles? What are some of the things that you've really been thinking about? What's been bothering you? What if you were to sit down? Pretend like the camera's not here. What are some of the things that you would want to discuss? We're supposed to have a meeting tomorrow. We're talking about sales, etc. Because it's raining tomorrow. When it's raining, we try to meet. So what are we going to talk about?
I had a very successful day yesterday.
Yep.
And I had a great day today. My yesterday set me up for today because yesterday was all about preparation. Today was about execution. That's how I say it. Yesterday we worked, and that took maybe 8 hours, like the whole day, to do that, right? And today he came back for 2 hours, and we actually finished off the wine. So that was very satisfying.
Okay, so then how did that go with you?
It went great. We did. We drank a lot of wine. This is probably my 4th glass of wine today. I'm not even lying, dude. We're preparing 3 different wines. You drank the wine to taste it. He's like, I can't drive right now, but I have to drive to the ferry.
Why didn't you just spit it out?
No, that's not how you drink wine.
That's not true. Sommeliers do spit it
But
out.
sommeliers, we're not thinking about sommeliers here. We're thinking about the average consumer that drinks wine.
I understand.
I don't care about the sommelier.
Okay, that's your perspective.
Sommelier doesn't care about the customer. He cares about the points, the wine.
But I
etc.
also do feel like the sommelier who has been trying wine and tasting wine doesn't need to swallow it for them to get an understanding of where that
100%.
wine actually applies to a consumer.
It
So that's the only
depends.
thing that I'm trying to get across.
Entirely it
I'm not
depends.
saying you're making your wine for sommeliers. I'm just saying that if you're trying tasting wine, understanding what the complexities of it in regards to what you want to add, take away. You know, you're making a good wine.
Yeah.
You want to try it. You can do it without drinking it.
I'll tell you
So,
right now, if our wine consultant started making the wine and started selling the wine, the product wouldn't sell as good as having a perspective from actually trying the wine, having the customer try the wine and then taking your feedback and then applying it. Like if you started from ground zero and you had our wine consultant make the wine, the customer would not like it.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective.
100%.
100% it's all about
100%.
perspective. It has to do
So
with...
it's all about that feedback, Luke. You get criticism and you get constructive criticism, then you apply it with your next opportunity that you have.
So you went through a day of preparation yesterday. You jumped into some execution today. What did you accomplish throughout the execution? You said you organized what you wanted to taste and how you tasted it, but what really came from that? What's the next steps?
Well, we're sold out of a wine. We're sold out of raspberry wine. Hopefully by early next week we won't be sold out of the wine anymore, and we can fulfill our back orders.
I saw on your wall it said one of the goals was that not be sold out of wine ever again in July.
Yeah.
That's a really good goal.
That's
I
definitely.
think what's it called? Stock out?
Stock. Yeah, whatever.
With stock out? I
It's not
think I
stock.
can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But not having
being sold
inventory,
out. Yeah.
not having inventory and being sold out is a negative. It's obviously 100%
Yeah.
end to end. If you're losing money,
It's a
There's-
gut. It's a good sign.
It is.
But it's a negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
hurts.
You should be able to control the scarcity of the wine based off of marketing tactics when you want to, not based off of environmental factors that you can't control.
100%.
Because, obviously doing a limited release or doing a reserve blend or doing something which is very limited for your customers, or doing like a seasonal release, which is just for that specific time period, you're not allowing it to be available for any time period. It creates suspense, it creates attraction, and it creates that buying habits that you can play on, just like marketers do. But when you're limited to what your environment can do, then you're being controlled, and you have no control. And when you don't have control over what's happening in your business day to days, what are you doing? Right? That's my perspective.
Yeah, I did back when I did my own franchise as college for window cleaning. I had a coach, and I was telling the coach why we had a bad week. I told her why I had a bad week. She's like, okay, now tell me what you did wrong based on things that you couldn't control. Things that you could control. Forget about the things that you couldn't control. Think about the things that you could control. So I feel like when anybody talks about something or giving criticism and it's not having a good day, it's like, did you do everything in your possibility to control what you can control and let go of what you couldn't control?
It's so true.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube, okay? But mostly when I watch YouTube is 2 times a day. One is when I'm waking up, right when I wake up, open my eyes, and number 2 is when I go to sleep. When I'm waking up in the morning, it might sound odd why I watch YouTube, but usually I have one video that I always watch is downloaded, and then I click play. It's a morning motivation.
That's
I actually can remember the whole freaking video of the 5 minutes.
I like
but
it.
It just gets you into the gear because
it's the same video every day.
It's usually the same video. Sometimes I change it up, sometimes it gets boring, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I switch back to it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. It gets me fired up and right out of the door. But I heard something on TED Talks where it says the first 8 minutes of your day, your attitude, how your attitude is, it really attends how your day is, right?
100%.
So when you say that there's some things that you can control, some things you can't control, I think that everything around you, and the environment that's set up, and the people that are reacting around you, you really can't control them. Focusing your time and energy on that is a waste of your time and energy.
Yeah.
But focusing on your attitude and how you are on your day-to-day basis is, go for it. This morning is was like a shitty mood. He was upset because the strawberries had monkey face where we're picking right now, and our another field already had monkey face. And monkey face means when the strawberries
Can I tell you what it is?
Go ahead, yeah.
It's when the strawberries are in the process of becoming strawberries, but there's a little pest that comes in and bites the strawberry, eats it, and then it deforms the actual bud, and then it becomes monkey face.
Very true. Very, 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 very close. Okay.
Woo.
There's monkey face. Monkey face can be based off of multiple factors. One of the main 2 factors that I'm aware of is that it's a thrips damage or it's a lygus bug damage. Thrips not so much, but lygus bugs definitely. Thrips is an insect. Lygus is another insect. What they do is they come in and take a bite out of the seed, because the seeds are all on the outside of the sunflower or the strawberries. And once they've taken a bite or sucked on that seed or destroyed it itself, its genetic capability is gone. So that seed's not going to grow on the outside of a strawberry, because if you imagine a strawberry, it all has the seeds on the outside, right? So because that area of the strawberry is not growing anymore, that portion of that little berry, it just quits forming. And it makes a little cat face. If you make it like a puckered up face, it kind of makes like that kind of face, and the strawberry literally becomes unmarketable. Not like it tastes bad, not that it's bad for you or it's a bad berry in any certain way. However, it's not attractive. It's not the icon. Exactly. It's not pretty anymore. And because of that, it doesn't become marketable. And if you have a whole field which is like that, you're in some trouble. We do have our San Andreas field. It has a portion of it, I'd say 1/3 of it, that has a heavy monkey face. And now what we have to do is actually pick away from it. And this morning, Dad saw that inside another field. He's saying, why is there so much monkey face here? And he was just had the shittiest attitude. And it's the first thing came out of his mouth. And I don't know, maybe he woke up on the wrong side of bed, didn't sleep well, or whatever is going on in his head. But it was just so horrible. And if he puts that on me, then that in return, I put it on my employees. And my employees treat each other like that, and they have a shitty day. And if the employees from the owner to the manager to the employees are having a bad day, and the company is having a bad day. Because what is the company made of? Employees.
100%.
Literally, that's all it is. So I woke up, I listened to that damn thing, I controlled my situation, I got myself ready. I always have my stuff in the same spot every single morning. I always have my truck set up. I always clean my truck right in the morning. I get in my truck, I start driving, I went into that situation. It was just right in my face, the way that person was acting. And I was like, man, this is really silly. So I had to excuse myself from the situation. He needed something done. I even bought him a coffee. And I never gave him coffee. And I made a point of giving him coffee 2 hours afterwards, cold. So I controlled the way that I reacted to his situation. And that's literally all you can do, especially in a family dynamic. There's so much going on that you have to be witness of at home that plays into the day-to-day strategy that you're doing in the business. And we have it up to way too high for that. So
It's like a tsunami.
It's like a tsunami, that's right. It's every single day. Go, go, go. But anyways, I really do like that, how you're saying you can't really control anybody else. All you can do is control your own reactions.
Yeah,
it really makes a big difference, especially in the family dynamic.
If you forget about the things you can't control,
Yeah.
life gets easier.
Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty. So
one thing I wanted to mention on
Yeah.
last podcast, didn't get to mention on this podcast, is our strawberry dessert wine
yeah,
was sent to the Wine Align National Wine Awards of Canada,
yeah,
and we won gold.
that's an
So
accomplishment.
we beat all the other fruit wineries in the country,
That's freaking awesome.
and we beat all our competitors. We literally entered 2 competitions this year, and we won both of them.
That's unreal.
That's some good shit.
That's fire.
That's some good shit.
You all should go out and buy some strawberry wine right now because you best believe it's gonna run out.
Yeah.
It's hot girl summer. They're all drinking that freaking strawberry wine.
100%.
So okay, my question here is, what are some of the complications that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis? I think there's some that I always have to deal with, and it's so difficult. And I was thinking about how to really organize that in my brain. The first thing that came to me, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I thought I'd bounce it off of you, is that there's 5 of us literally in this business that control different areas of it. Obviously, there's a lot of overlap, and I think that a good way to really control who's doing what and who stays accountable for what is to really organize what areas of the farm you are accountable for. I'm accountable for the farm itself, the U-pick area, strawberries, raspberries, the quality of fruit that comes in, Sunflower Festival, Honda Gourmets, these things, the marketing, etc., right? And those are tangible areas you can separate. But I think that also other people should be accountable for the wine tasting room, the back area, the lounge area, the petting zoo, right? The hand wash station. Like, whose area is that domain to make sure that it's clean, accountable, and set up and pretty, because that person should stay accountable for it. Otherwise, what happens is there's so many areas, and all we're doing is just literally working on whatever needs help. And I don't think that's the right way to go about it.
That's the worst way to go about it.
Right?
It's not that you're being reactive, but you're not being active.
100%.
Yeah.
Proactive, active, whatever, anything. But
You're being reactive, but not proactive.
you're not being innovative. You're literally just
Yeah.
doing the same old. So like when people
Yeah.
say to me, why aren't sales this way in a certain area? And first thing that comes to my brain is, what is happening in that area, which was different before when we were happy with the sales, and what is not happening now, right? And I know for the store, or I know for the produce, and I know for just start with produce itself,
Yeah. I know some things too, just by the numbers.
right?
Yeah.
So numbers are one thing, and to put it out there, I'm not happy with the produce sales numbers. I feel like they should be growing, not being stagnant.
Yeah.
And when 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, yeah. 2 years ago,
2017.
2017, that's right. When I really, really cared about produce on a day-to-day basis, and I was involved with dealing how to train the people in the front, and I had more time, I would make sure that every single light bulb is on for the lighting, that the display is set up very straight, symmetrical, that the staff is only picking good fruit out and putting in the front, that all the bad fruit is going to the back, that, you know, all the small little details are amended to, that's a clean, tended area, that it gets pressure washed once a week, that whole area because of blueberry falls and people step on it. It's not a big deal. These small things, there's attention to detail. This last year, we had the intentions of putting Mina in that place of controlling produce, but she has no experience in what to make produce and how to really organize it. So she needs help from the leaders to really set her in the right direction of what we want to look like. And because I haven't had time to dedicate towards it, and I've been focusing all my time and effort onto the farming and to making sure that that's happening ideally, and she's been doing a great job on farmers markets, which has excelled, okay? That produce side of things has been, left at wayside and gone downhill. And now everyone's like, whoa, what the hell happened with July's numbers? What the hell happened with June numbers inside that area? Where it's like, holy shit, now you guys are getting upset, now it's time to meet? Like, couldn't you see on a daily basis that fruit was looking a certain way, or that the lighting was off, or that the display wasn't accurately set up, or the people who were working in that area didn't have the right training? Okay, so these things, in hindsight, these things on a day-to-day basis need to be taken care of by someone who actually has accountability in that specific area. That one you can hold accountable, that one can also innovate in that area, because if you're not innovating, exactly being active, what are you doing? You're just being reactive, right? So I haven't seen any innovation. I haven't seen anything happening in the produce side of things. Only thing I've seen is that me putting the tables out there when strawberries first came, because I need to put strawberries somewhere, and then sitting like that, and lighting up, and then sitting like that. No one's really gave a shit about it.
Yeah.
And I've thought about this.
There's smaller displays of strawberries than there was like other fruit.
It's ridiculous.
That'd take me off.
Holy moly. It really bothers me. So these things, like, I understand we're going to have this meeting, and these things are going to come up. People are going to get heated, and they're going to be like, wow, da. But first off, I don't think people should get heated, right? I think it should be based off logical numbers. Number two, if people are going to stay accountable for that area, then they should stay accountable for it. If they say they're going to take over it, they should do it. And we should make a plan to fix it. Everything is in the past, but let's make a plan to make it right.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a strategy in place that everyone stays with. My entire goal in regards to business and for branding and for dealing with customers is long game. If Sally sits down across the table and she had a shitty strawberry experience, it's in my best interest to make sure that her strawberry experience gets mended like that. Doesn't matter if it was our fault or her fault. It's my best interest to make sure that she leaves with a smile on her face, because it's not about that one experience that Sally has here. It's about the equity that Sally brings to the table. It's about Sally's word of mouth that she spreads throughout Abbotsford, throughout the community, and that's literally what really matters especially for a local business that is not based off a global sales strategy. Of course, global sales strategy matters a lot, but you don't get to see, that Amazon reviewer in person, where Sally goes out and talks about the local business to Jessica and Melissa and Mandy and Amanda. Exactly.
Word of mouth marketing.
Which is so important to have locals reoccurring and coming back. Yeah. If you don't have that word of mouth marketing, people don't come back. And the only way to make sure your word of mouth marketing is coming back is controlling quality and it's controlling the long-term game. Yeah. There's no other way. If you're penny smart, dollar dumb, you're going to lose. And I feel like that's what happens in some of the areas of the farm, and that's what really bothers me. And then when it comes down to that period of time passing and people looking back at what sales has been like, and people looking at how it's been managed, they're like, I'm so confused. What's happening? Let's blame this. Let's blame that. How about we blame the day-to-day lack of grind?
Damn, that was a rant.
That's rant. That's a good rant.
You like
that? That's a solid rant. That should be a ringtone in the morning.
You rant, dude.
Seriously.
Oh man, you talk a lot.
Don't get me started. I think about this stuff all day, every day. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I gotta tell somebody.
Yeah.
He's a slugger.
Okay. Word of mouth marketing, I feel like, is the most important marketing, because like you can do anything you want on Instagram, you can do anything on Facebook. Like, you see all these businesses that are going right now. They're downtown, they're here, they're there, and they have this huge following on Instagram, on Facebook, but are they really making sales? Why are they going out of business? Like, there's some businesses that have been in and out, and like downtown here, downtown there, and they're in and out because, they have this giant following. People see them, and they get excited, they do the one-time sale, but they don't go back. That's where word of mouth marketing is huge, because like I feel like the winery is built on word of mouth marketing. There's no marketing going on for the winery. Like, we just started an Instagram page. Like, It's all built on like wine tastings at the farm, at farmers markets, at liquor stores. It's all word of mouth. And like having that as like a 6-figure business is going to be a 7-figure business soon. Just on word of mouth marketing, I feel that's huge.
But how do you
feel like sitting on a huge opportunity, like adding the Instagram, the Facebook, whatever, YouTube, the podcast, like adding that's just going to multiply by 10.
And my thoughts on word of mouth marketing is that there's only some ways that you can really influence word of mouth marketing. But there's one specific way of really influencing word of mouth marketing is that 51-49%. You give more than you take.
No, it's about product.
But
I feel like number one,
I think we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
You're giving more than you're taking.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. That $20 bottle of wine makes you profit, right? Say it costs you $10, you're making $10 in the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Makes you profit. But the customer should feel like they're drinking a $45 bottle of wine.
Sure.
That's giving more than you're taking.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
People, when they come here and buy the Seasons Pass, they should feel like they're getting way more with that Seasons Pass than we are charging.
I agree 100%.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's 100% it. When you're thinking about, man, I have strawberries, nobody else has strawberries, I want to charge double the market value of anybody's perception of what they're willing to spend. They come in and purchase that strawberries because we're the only ones that have it. They'll buy it. But that consumer, what's it called? The customer purchasing cycle, it starts with need.
The product life cycle.
It starts with a need. Then they see something that they weigh out their options. They come in, they purchase what they want. They purchase it, then sometimes they'll have consumer regret. That is what the problem is. Consumer regret, you fall into that rut, and you don't realize that you're in that rut. Oof. Your business is a slow bleed. You know that you have something which everybody else wants, but they come and buy it, and they'll never come back because they regretted purchasing it for the first place.
It's all based on numbers, man. If you don't know your numbers, like you're lost.
I'm just saying the consumer regret and
100%.
And it's like the opposite of what you want from word of mouth. And the ideal way to really push word of mouth is through providing way more than you take.
100%.
I think we should put 51-49 on the freaking wall today.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they wake up
like
and come see it. Serious.
Feel that way?
Should I put it on there right now?
Do it.
A dead ass will.
Yeah. I got sayings on my wall too.
I'll put it right on this wall. You'll never be able to take it off.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I want to put it on.
Holy shit, hype. Look at Sharpie.
You
This
ready?
guy's about to do it.
51-49, right?
Wine blue though.
What's wrong with
Is
it?
blue the right color?
Good enough for me.
Holy shit, this guy's good.
You ready?
Let's do it. Oh shit.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Done.
That's it. Done.
Is this psycho? That's it.
I'm gonna drink some more wine, dude.
Shit. We should probably put an explanation up there, no? Or just let people think about it.
Let people think about
They
it.
don't know that we did this.
No.
We're gonna say
It was the wine's fault.
I'm blaming on someone else.
It's the wine's fault.
I'm blaming on Raghav. That guy is classic.
He's good shit, man.
He's so good.
He's good shit. Like
Yeah, he's
you
actually
see
so
him
good.
like walk around, he looks like a freaking movie actor. Like the way he does shit.
Yeah.
It's so
100%.
funny.
This wine's good, right? It's better than the one yesterday.
Oh, you can actually drink this.
It's actually not bad.
I drank the whole can.
I got my can to drink too. Don't worry, you're just walking home.
We should actually open this up to like Facebook,
Yeah, 100%.
Instagram, ask questions.
We can do it right now, buddy. I got the phone on my fingertips.
Let's do it.
How would you do this?
Huh?
Just do it like an Instagram story or something?
Do it
We can
Instagram
go live.
Go live.
Oh, live.
And the questions will come.
Yeah, I'm down.
100% they will come.
Let's do it.
Can you pause real quick?
Yeah.
Alright, we're live. Okay, guys, we want to try something new. We're actually recording an episode of The Modern Farmer. I'm Farmer Amir, and this is Gaurav Man, the winemaker, co-host. This is episode, 16? And we're going live on Facebook to see if you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask us. I know it's a little late in the day. What is it, 9 o'clock now? 9:30? 9:15? 9:50?
9:55, 9.
9:10. All right.
9:10.
Jason says
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. We're actually drinking some wine. We tried
Pinot Grigio Bodacious.
Pinot Grigio Bodacious. So Bodacious is the name of the company. Pinot Grigio is the type of wine that it is. And we actually tried the Bodacious Smooth Red yesterday on episode number 15. And that was something, from my perspective, a 5 out of 5 out of a 10. And you can't use a 7. So it's a 1 to 10 scale. And what did you rate it?
It's like 50.5%. Like just above minimum.
So you think it's like 5.1?
I think it's like 5.1 out of 10 in terms of all other wines, but I feel like in terms of consumer preference, it's like a 10.
Okay, cool. So now we're trying a different wine. But
Because
all we're
you can
trying
drink
to
it really quick.
But all we're trying to get across right now is that if you guys have any questions for us while we're recording this podcast, we'd love to hear it. And we'd love to talk a bit about it. And so what we usually do about this podcast is we talk about our day-to-day basis. We just talked about how to controlling our attitude in a family environment is very difficult and something that you really have to get a balance over and work really hard at. We talked a bit about sales and the whole mechanism behind word of mouth from our perspective and what really encourages word of mouth. And my basis on that was providing people more than you're actually taking from them. So the example that I gave Gaurav was that if you have a $45 bottle of wine and you're selling it for $20 a bottle and the customer feels like they're getting a bargain, that means you're doing that job. You're really providing that more value than you're actually asking in return. And I thought that was something important in regards to word of mouth. What else did we talk about right now? Honestly, we drank some wine and
we drank some wine.
You're kind of feeling pretty good right now.
I feel great. All the time, 24/7.
So what else was going on your day-to-day basis in regards to what happened from yesterday? Because we just recorded that episode. How about I tell you a bit about it? I'm in a talkative mood.
Go for it.
Okay.
Talk.
So we are actually releasing the Sunflower Festival, and releasing the Sunflower Festival is something brand new to us. And we're also releasing a Potato Festival, and that's brand new to us. And when it comes down to farming, it's always something. It's always uncontrollable. And when I say that it's always uncontrollable, is that yes, there are factors that you control. You can control drainage. You can control the nutrient needs. You can control the timing of planting. You can control your labor and how much you're selling your product for in the end. So you control your costs in that sense. But there's one thing that you can't control, and that's the weather. Weather is something that you can never control as a farmer. So the variables that I myself have to deal with on a day-to-day basis for the Sunflower Festival and the Potato Festival, one is timing. If we've advertised that we want to be open for August 16th for our Sunflower Festival, we have to be open August 16th. How I'm going to have the sunflowers bloom and what's going to happen with them, I'm not sure. Right now, I'm thinking that's very confident for us to have our sunflowers ready to rock for the August 16th, and that even though we've marketed it as low bloom, it's going to be an awesome time for people to come because of how hot these days have been. And so sunflowers are always based off of heat units, and they're getting a lot of heat units right now. And that just means about how hot the day is, etc. And that's the same thing with how corn works. So hotter days, more heat units, and a certain variety has a certain number of heat units that it has to hit, and sunflowers are definitely getting that. But when it comes down to the Potato Festival, something really crazy happened. And I don't know if you know about this yet.
I know.
You heard about this?
The holes in the potatoes.
So
there's holes in the potatoes.
The holes in the potatoes, and that's not the right terminology, but it's kind of funny to hear.
That's what the customer thinks.
Well, hold on. So, Mom picked some potatoes yesterday to use for whatever perspective, and she took them. She brought them into the kitchen. She cut them open, and when she opened all of them up, she saw inside of them that there was cavities.
Yeah.
Cavity meaning like a big open area in the center of the potato. Okay, pretty common sense. And I'm like, okay, not a big deal. You know, there's always different stipulations with some sort of potatoes and others. And that was something which is very alarming to me because it's the first time as being a potato farmer, and I have a potato festival coming up. We have a potato festival coming up on this weekend. And what are we supposed to do for all of these consumers that are ready to come to the potato festival and pick these potatoes? So the first thing I did is call up my consultants and try to understand exactly what happened. After about half an hour research and Dad and I going in and literally picking 30 different spots in this half acre portion of getting some sort of average and seeing how many potatoes actually have this damage and how many potatoes don't have this damage, we came to the conclusion that over 70% have this damage, which is crazy. It's a big loss, okay? And then, so the next step is to really understand what's happening here. What is the actual damage? Is it a pest? Is it something that I caused through planting practices? Is it something that we brought with the seed and it came with? Hello, Sandeep Singh. We're going to Vegas. Yes, we are. We're on the 9th. Good night, Pooji. Good night, Jody. See you. Talk to you later. But these potatoes, after speaking to the consultants and understanding, it had a hollow heart. And a hollow heart might sound funny, but if you Google it, it's an actual term. What it means is that the potatoes had too much water throughout their growing stage and not enough water at other growing stages. So when they didn't have the water, they didn't have the right environment for them to grow steadily. But when we put that water on them, or when it rained, or I'm not sure what happened here, but when all that water got into the potatoes, they went through a growth spurt. And sometimes we as humans can grow and mature and look much older than we actually are, and the inside hasn't developed. The same thing happens with these potatoes.
Damn,
they went through these growth spurts, and internally they didn't grow, and the outside and the exterior looked beautiful and mature and ready to eat, but internally it just wasn't ready. It was immature for the inside. And that's essentially what happened. There's potatoes out there in the field which have no damage in regards to the eatability. They're all edible. However, when you cut them open, consumers are gonna be like, "What the heck is this?" Because there's these big cavities.
You're missing half a potato.
You're missing a big portion of potato, a big chunk of it, and it doesn't look appealing. It's brown and it looks like there's something going on, but it's perfectly fine. A lot of farmers out there.
I personally think you can sell these for more higher price.
You think? Oh, you think this should be a marketing scoop? How many glasses of wine have you guys had?
100%.
This is my.
This is my fourth glass.
This is fourth for him.
Fourth glass. That's my boy, Manindra
Is it? Okay.
Shout out,
Shout out,
Manindra.
So.
Realtor. Sorry.
Let's go.
We're on the page.
Let's go. So that really gave a good understanding of how. I mean, just really providing that perspective to the viewers here that.
Yo, I already see it.
Farming is gambling.
I see a bag of potatoes. And packaging says hollow heart potatoes.
Yeah.
$10. I see it already. You could sell that. I could sell that. These potatoes have a hollow heart. Take them home and fill them up.
I feel like that's something that you put up on your shelf and look at it and say, "Hi, that's a hollow heart potato."
Yeah.
When everybody comes over and takes a look at that potato, they say yes.
I'm 100%. I could sell that. Honestly, I could sell that.
What we're gonna try to get announced and get across to everybody who's coming out to Potatoe Festival is that this is what happens in agriculture. Farmer thinks that we're going down the right path. They've done everything correctly, but weather comes into play and just messes everything up, and you can lose crop loss.
That's out of your control.
It's out of your control.
Yeah.
So some of the things that we can do as farmers is apply a chemical approach or biological control, in which we did, and we've done all of our due diligence. And there's some things that you just can't do. That's right.
Integrated pest management.
And when it comes down to a farmer losing the entire crop, it's devastating for the farmer, for the community, for all the employees involved. Because then the farmer in that fact has lost money and won't be able to regain that money, and then thinks twice about it when they want to invest it in the future. So, but all I'm trying to get across now is that what I want the consumers to understand is that this potato festival is gonna have to be a support from the community to the farmer, and understanding that if this fruit doesn't look pretty, it doesn't mean that this fruit is unedible. And we will not pull it in. We will allow consumers to come and still pick these potatoes. We will allow everybody to be on our farm in that area, and we put this festival on for everybody to enjoy. And that's what farmers should do. They shouldn't just throw out the food if it doesn't look good enough. They should allow people to consume it. There's so much food waste that happens in Safeway and Save On Food in the superstore, and that's such a waste when homeless people or people who don't have enough food to eat can get access to this. And why should I, as a farmer and our family, throw out food which is perfectly edible, it just doesn't look pretty enough? That's a horrible thing to do. That's my perspective. So I hope everybody comes out to sports. Cheers. What do you have to say now?
I'm just saying I can sell these potatoes. I'm ready to sell these potatoes. I feel
Ken Humphrey thinks we're hilarious. Yes, we are.
Very confident. If we can't sell these potatoes, put them in storage. I'll distill them, make us some potato
You can't put them in storage. They'll rot from the inside out.
Potatoes last
Actually,
a long
maybe they
time.
won't.
Potatoes last
Maybe they
for a long
won't.
time.
I don't think they will rot
They
from
last
the inside
a
out.
year.
So, okay, so we got a question. What is your trick to running such a great farm? P.S. Your ma is awesome. Elizabeth Foreman. Thank you for the awesome question.
I can answer that.
Go for it.
Dedication and determination.
That's really broad.
That's it. That's all it takes is hard work, passion, and the will to do the best you can every single day, all the time. That's all it is. That's how you run a good farm. Innovation and just thinking out of the box and having a good day while you're doing it.
You know what I think it is that what we're good at, and I think it really has to ladder on to what you're saying, is that we're very, very flexible in our day-to-day
100% very flexible.
So Drove said this on one of our podcasts. I think it was number 12 or 13.
I can't remember.
And what he was trying to get across is that we're opportunists. We see things as they come and
Yeah.
we jump on them. And that also is our downfall as well, because we're always so like, oh, we want to do that too, or we want to do that too. And all of a sudden, we've had a new festival, which is the Potato Festival, or we have a Sunflower Festival, we're getting ready for haunted season coming up. But that also allows us to be flexible in the way that we work. Because this morning, when we cut up into those potatoes, that story that I just told, we were devastated. But now we're looking at a completely different perspective. It's only been hours since we passed. So if you really let these things steamroll you and it really bogs you down on your day-to-day basis,
You can't do that.
you just get so deterred.
It
You're
really
unable to wake up in the morning and see with a clear image because that same thing is stuck in your back of your brain and it just keeps nailing you to the wall. But if you think of it from a perspective of there's always, when there's a will, there's a way, there's always an opportunity, and some of your biggest weaknesses can be an opportunity, I think that's one of the biggest things that mom and dad have taught us.
100%.
Especially dad himself.
Especially dad, yeah.
Right? And
yeah.
then it's been awesome to have that influence around us the day that we've brought up here. Another question. Jason Smiling. Really excited about the Potato Fest. Can't sell the potatoes. Food banks. It's not that we can pick up these potatoes and sell them all to food banks or give them away. I think the best way to really get these potatoes out to people is for them to come here and take more than they need, give them as gifts, enjoy them with their families, and have a good understanding of where your food comes from. Because we haven't planted acres and acres of potatoes. We've planted maybe about an acre of potatoes, which is, it may seem like a lot, but it's not a lot, especially when you're dealing with the customers that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So we want to make sure that you guys come here and really take more than just a tangible bag of potatoes. We want to make sure that you guys take the experience away and the understanding that where your food comes from, how it's grown, and that it doesn't just look pretty, it can still be awesome for our community and for ourselves as, as good food for us.
People should come to our farm and they should buy the potatoes, they should take them home, they should put them on the table, cut them open, and tell them that story. That this is a hollow heart potato, that this is what happens when you are growing something and it just doesn't turn out that you want it to turn out.
You're talking about the story right now?
What?
This guy's so many glasses deep right now.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
Okay, it's after hours. This guy's having a good time. All right, let's pour another glass here. What's the next question here, Jason? Or is there any questions? When you see questions, you should read it out.
Sure, not yet.
Okay.
That was the last one, and then someone just tagged someone that they know, so that's good.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Wicked. That's wicked. And a bit about our podcast journey. I think it's cool because it's our first Facebook Live.
Yes.
I think so, yeah. We should do this every time.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's wicked. We change it up and we provide a different perspective to people. Let's just jump back to Jason, your and I story. So I provided a posting on Indeed, and I'm looking for people to come help me with creative and design and marketing because I deal with all the marketing, the Instagram and the Facebook. And Jason applied. And when Jason applied, he came and sat down, and I'm pretty open in regards to my interview strategy, and I just like to have that conversation to feel that person out to see if they're a good fit for us. And Jason I think some of the words that came out of his mouth was audio, radio, and podcast. And he's like, I want the BCIT to be a radio specialist, right? That's correct, right? And then we really started talking about that. And that interview was only supposed to be for about 5 minutes, lasted for a good 20 minutes. Jason and I went on to a different tangent in regards to what the job was about. We hired him on the spot to come in and do that podcasting for us. We figured out some sort of compensation strategy which worked in my favor and his favor. And now this is our 16th episode. And that all came to play about hiring someone which is more intelligent than you in a specific area. And I by far have no clue in regards to how to set this podcast up. There's 2 cameras, the phone operating, he's got this mic here, and this computer is all hooked up. And I'm sure I can Google it and figure it out, but being a good manager and being someone who thinks of themselves as a leader has to hire people who are smarter than themselves to help them elevate the business.
That's a big comment right there. What is that?
That's a big comment. All right. You going to read it?
Sure.
All right, go for it.
Karen Humphrey again. She said, "The reason I am so excited is years ago there was a tour of the Farm Fest on Vancouver Island, and my family loved picking the veggies. My son never forgot it, which is good.
Awesome.
Wow.
It is why we support you guys so much. So that was very
so
nice.
That's
beautiful.
so nice.
Thank you
That's
so much,
so
Karen
nice.
Humphrey. I read your comments all the time, and I see you liking the
Yeah,
pictures and the posts.
I know
I
that.
recognize your name. And I do that because I'm the one that posts on Instagram every single day. So when I see these things and I acknowledge these people, I really get a sense of connection kind of there. Not really, but I do see people reacting to, engaging to with their content. And I see who that is, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Very kind comment. Do you want to touch on that real quick?
No, I love the support.
So beautiful, right?
It's simple. Yeah.
It really brought to my perspective of Underwoods. You pick is such a cool thing because people really get to connect with where their food comes from.
Connect with the farm. It should be a fun experience. Like they don't have to go there and pick a bunch of berries. They should go there, smile, have fun, educate people who don't usually come on the farm, get the dirt under the nails on their boots, and they should come away with the experience.
Right.
That's what UPIC's about. UPIC's not usually about. Sometimes it's about bringing home the fruit, but it's also about that experience. You go there, you have fun.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, that's UPIC.
You know, coming into this day and age of where everything is being reinvented, there's 3D printing, which you can print literally anything. You can print a can to a car to anything that you want. There's Amazon, where you can order everything in matters of seconds. There's such a big influx in regards to tangible items. One of the things that you can't reproduce is experiences.
100%. That's why you can put a value on an experience based on the consumer, how much they like it.
Definitely.
Right?
There's when you jump out of an airplane, that hair
Oh,
flying
love that
through
shit.
your head,
I
and
love
you
it.
having that fear of really getting out of there. Of course, VR can provide you some sort of sense. You see those videos of people freaking out, but you really don't get that sense of excitement of build up where you're like, I'm gonna go do this tomorrow. You can't sleep the night before. You get on the airplane, and you go do it, and you're strapped to everybody into this airplane, which is all made of aluminum, and you jump out, and all of a sudden you've literally, it's a life and death situation, but this only thing that's holding you up is this one parachute.
I've been skydiving twice.
Mm-hmm.
The scariest part is flying up in the plane.
Really?
That's the scariest part. You're taking off. You're taking off in this plane. You're gonna be 10,000 feet in the air, and then they open the door. And the first time I went skydiving, the guy's like feeling the air. He's like, "This is like swimming. It's like swimming in the ocean." That's what it's just like.
You're like, I don't know how to swim, but grab real quick. So
Damn.
that's awesome. But
Yeah.
I do think that when people come to the farm, just like you're saying, and they do these different things, we have to, as providers, think about the time that they're here and what they'll leave with besides just that tangible item. Of course, we're trying to sell strawberries, but we'd much rather provide people that brand awareness and that experience, that feeling that they come by coming to Man Farms, opposed to going down the street and purchasing strawberries somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, that's just a commodity.
Agreed.
That's just another berry.
Agreed.
When they come to our Honda Corn Maze, there's a reason why it's the scariest Honda Corn Maze in Canada. It's because it's badass.
Agreed.
It's freaking sick. You get chased.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah, it's good shit.
So that's it has to be. So we really appreciate. Thank you, Karen Humphrey, again. Once again, that's awesome. Wicked. Touching on tomorrow, Friday is obviously an important day for the farm, but it's gonna rain tomorrow. So rain is one of those times of the week or that day that a farmer actually gets to rest, and I'm really excited for tomorrow. I don't know about you, but what we're gonna be doing tomorrow is literally getting ourselves geared up in regards to our ticket tailor. So that meaning where the tickets gonna be sold. So we're gonna have to sell sunflower tickets Saturday morning. So I have to get lined up for that. I have to do more of my Facebook ads. I have to do my Instagram ads. I have to make sure that our website is tuned up and ready to rock. And it's more of the detailed stuff that you have to do indoors, sitting on this chair, that you don't actually get to do outside, and you don't get to work on this beautiful town that I have. So I think that it's gonna be an awesome day. It's a blessing in disguise because you do have to, take a little bit of a break throughout the day because it's raining. Opposed to, today, woke up at 5 o'clock, we've been picking strawberries all day. Pre-order is something that's just been rocking. We've been providing people the opportunity to where they can order their strawberries online before they show up, and we'll pick them for the day before or the day of. Sorry, we'll pick them the day of that they're ordered their strawberries for. So if you order them for the August 13th, which is available right now, for 10 a.m., we'll pick them for you 5 a.m. in the morning. That is awesome. You don't get strawberries like that anywhere else.
Okay, guys. So when you are watching this and you're seeing this, I want you guys to know that we actually have 15 or 16 episodes of this podcast live on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Music, and on SoundCloud, and something else too. I don't know. Jason said there's something.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio,
man.
Everywhere. We warned it. We got it. Jason did it. It's live. It's out there. If you guys interested, you liked what we said right now, make us a part of your day-to-day routine. Listen to us in the morning. Do it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, just as Leanne Dahl McKay said, do you like wine out of a can better, or do you like wine out of a bottle?
That's the question.
Give us feedback.
Let us know. If you saw this on Facebook Live or Spotify or wherever you saw it, or on iTunes, let us know in the comment section. If you can comment, I'm pretty sure you can on SoundCloud, etc.
Yeah, you can.
But please
can.
let us know, because we will read it.
We'll read it.
Check before the next episode.
We love it.
All right, talk to you guys later. Let's sign out of the podcast too. Hey, we're done?
Yeah.
Time for us to go home.
Yeah.
Hey guys, have a great day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. We're going to enjoy that. Talk to you later, guys.
Bye.
Modern Farmer.